Hi everyone, it is 5 months and 3 weeks post-op. Um, I have had some decent days and I've had some really horrendous days. Like, usually during my period I get a little bit of a break from this nerve pain, but this time I did not get any such break. The last 3 days the nerve pain has been at a 10. And it's the entire surgical area and the entire distribution of the nerve. It's just in my face. Like, the less I have in my intestines, the more the nerve is going to be in my face, and vice versa. The more I have in my intestines, the more abdominal pain I have, and I feel like nothing fits inside of me. And I am seeing an interventional radiologist on Thursday to kind of go the vascular route to see if I can do any testing with that. I've had less bladder spasms, but it's very unpredictable on how that one presents. It's normally when I have really bad intestinal pain, my bladder also acts up. So I do know that things are pushing and stuff. I am constantly playing email tag with these doctors, trying to get them to talk to me and maybe rule some other things out. I was tested for nutrition absorption, and I think everything seems fine. Like, I can't interpret all these results online because I don't really know what I'm looking for. So I haven't really spoken to my doctor, my gastro. I like my gastroenterologist, but I think we need to explore other out-of-the-box things in terms of what's happening with me, because this is just a systemic issue that's gotten worse, and obviously surgery made it worse. I'm just hoping that I can get to at least half of what I was pre-op. This surgery is definitely not something that you can do thinking that your life is going to be the same ever again. You will most likely need to quit your job or change your job and work remotely, if not completely file for disability, which I submitted my application, but I'm looking to have I have to submit one more form, and then it's just a long process, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to get a lawyer and appeal it and whatever, because I have a rare disorder and it's not really studied, and they think I should just be able to get a job that is a standing job and call it a day. But there's so much more to this pain. I can't think straight. When the pain is at a 10, I cannot think straight, and sometimes I'm at a 10 for days at a time, and I have to just ride it out, and I don't get to live a normal life. So I'm really hoping I don't have to fight too much farther for disability, but we'll see. I'm always going into it expecting a fight. So but yeah, I'm also on an elimination diet, which is basically no wheat, no gluten, no dairy, no soy, no preservatives, no sugar, no alcohol, no caffeine, none of that. And I've done this before, where I've been on this diet to try to see if I have a food allergy or sensitivity or something like that. And I've never been able to come up with an answer. But I feel like it's the only thing I can do in my power when you have such extreme gastrointestinal issues that you feel like you can't even eat anything without it just causing some kind of pain. So it's really what I'm gonna do in my power. I'm coming up with a new food schedule and eating plan or whatever. So I stepped on the scale again, which I thought was going to be a complete disaster. But thankfully it says I weigh 107 pounds. And last time I went to the doctor, I was at 103 pounds. I'm 5'10". I'm very tall and slender. My doctor was talking about putting me on a feeding tube, which I found to be ridiculous. My family and in my family, genetically speaking, metabolically speaking, we're all very small women. My mom was like 90 pounds in high school, and she was like my height, maybe 5'8". And my dad is really tall. So I had to kind of talk her out of that whole thing, because I'm not going on a feeding tube. I can eat just fine. It's just a matter of, am I absorbing fat? That's the other thing that has yet to be determined. I do not have a gallbladder, so I have to take digestive enzymes with each meal, and I've been good about doing that. So I don't understand what the problem is. So I have been pretty much just bone broth, cooked vegetables, no potatoes, no corn, no tomato, and chicken and turkey and fish that don't come out of a box, I guess, as organic as I can. No beef. Basically, olive oil, coconut oil, avocado oil, avocados for fat. So I've been taking that, pretty much use it for dressing, and I eat coconut oil a little throughout the day. And also I do eat the seeds still, which some say you shouldn't be, but it's a good source of nutrients as well. You can use coconut or almond milk, just non-soy, non-dairy products. Granted, I'm not perfect, but I'm at least making a conscious effort to not eat inflammatory things. I'm going to do it for probably about a month, and then I'm going to start adding things back in. The first thing I'd like to add back in are eggs, because that's one of the no-eat items. See if that sets me off. I don't think it's that, so it's good. I sent in for a food sensitivity test that takes like a hair sample, so hopefully I'll get some answers when it comes to that kind of thing. It's just that these intestinal issues, I feel like there's something mechanical going on with me. Like, either I have a small hernia that no one's found, I have endometriosis, or I have some kind of food thing, and somewhere in my intestines isn't working right, and I just need somebody to help me. I feel helpless. Like, I feel like none of these doctors want to help me, because they don't know what's wrong with me, and I understand, but I need an investigative person. I need somebody to do testing. I need somebody to think of what to rule out. I need something like that, and if I don't get that, I'm gonna end up going to the Mayo or Cleveland Clinic sometime next year after I let this nerve heal a little bit, because I cannot live like this. I am bedbound. I can't drive. I've been sitting a little bit more than normal, just to kind of test the water, and sometimes it makes it worse and sometimes it doesn't. It's so variable. I'd rather just avoid it altogether, just to keep it safe. Although when I do lay down, I do put pressure in the area and on the hips and stuff like that. So there's never going to be a perfect way to lay down or sit or exist, for that matter. I've been having sleeping issues now for the first time. Like, when this nerve pain gets to a certain level, it gets scary, and it gets like really like radiating and cattle prod. I feel like I'm being like with a prodder, like a hot poker prodder, and just like somebody's taking a thumbtack and just like scratching it, like digging it as deep as they can, and in that whole nerve pathway. And a lot of times the mental aspect kills me, because I feel like I made a huge mistake. And there are people out there that don't believe that PNE exists, pudendal nerve entrapment syndrome. I believe it exists. It's just, I don't think there's a fix for it. I don't know if the surgery is a fix, because there's such widely different results when it comes to the surgery. And there's every single treatment that's available, like, there's such a 50-50 crowd. Like, some people it helps, and some people it makes worse, or it doesn't help. And it's like, there's no like one good way to exist with this ailment. And today I'm really scared. I'm scared that I keep feeling this intense pain, and I know it'll pass, but when it's this high, it takes days to pass. And that's really scary, not being able to know how you're going to be, because I have this doctor's appointment on Thursday, and I really want to make a good impression, because most people have never heard of this issue, and it's really like lonely and isolating, and I haven't been able to see anybody for a good 3 weeks or anything, so I'm just really struggling. If I knew what my pain level was going to be every day, at least I'd be able to plan, but I don't know anything of how it's going to be, so I can't even make the simplest plans without feeling like I can't follow through. So, that's pretty much all I had got for 5 months and 3 weeks post-op. I will talk to you when I'm at the 6-month mark, and that's going to be really emotional, because some people see changes after from 4 to 8 months, but I haven't seen any improvement. If anything, overall, I'm just worse, and I don't feel like I can turn to a doctor to help me with this. So, okay, well, that's it. I will talk to you guys in a week.